Hey, welcome back. So, I did a couple of things since I recorded last. One, I went ahead and moved. Let me know my wings, or what am I hitting? This. uh, I moved, I've been playing other games. I'm trying to think what the controls are here. The, ice tray here. I went ahead and moved it back by like 5 meters. So now it's entirely encapsulated within the biome to make it work. Otherwise, it's about the same as it was. I probably ought to set up, I don't know, some kind of box or something that I can stash stuff in, but this is fine. It's probably enough, is my point. I mean, I could build a bigger, more complicated thing that produces more ice over time, but I could also just, when I need it, go get whatever I need and come back. I just didn't even realize how late it was at night. Or, during the day. So, did that. Actually, a week or so ago, whenever it was, before the last episode, I filled out all of these guys' vocations. They all have workstations now of some kind. Which is, there's not much else to say about that. There's a couple of vocations I didn't bother with. I've got librarians here. They've been here for a while. Farmers. That's a whole row. These are all, what is that, cartographers, I think. Let me lose this before I fire a missile somewhere. Yeah, so cartographers, they just all woke up, so they're not necessarily where they belong yet. Archery people, partly because they, if I can find one, it might take a minute. Oh, there's one. Is he? Nope. How about you? Nope. Bad examples. The right kind, and the ones I could focus on, because if you ignore them, they'll eventually, update what they actually want. So if this guy has arrows, well, I actually used him to get arrows, apparently, or I sold off something. They'll update eventually and decide he wants sticks. Which, since sticks are, freely available. I mean, I get them whether I want them or not, and I can just, bring logs in here and chop them up into sticks and get, So, I don't know what I need the money for, but it's something I can do. Butchers, because, I've got the cow bouncer as an example. I could set up more industrial meat processing of some kind. Let's see, these are the, what are these actually called? Stone cutters. So we have masons. Which, in the longer term, I can get clay here and there. It's slow, but it can happen. Or I can just buy bricks. The point is, when I open them up, they'll buy stone. The one between cobblestone and smooth stone. Which I can get in abundance, especially with Silk Touch. What else have I got going on in here? The fisherman, because I can do... I mean, fishing's been nerfed, but it can still happen, so I can deal with these guys and unload string and coal and unlock them to the point that they want to buy fish, which I'm getting for free from the Guardian thing. Where are we? I got some, what are you guys, leather workers? Just to have them, I guess. Did some weapons, guys. I don't think I've talked to really any of them. But if I bother opening them up, which is a little pricey because this is as cheap as it gets, give them basically 30 emeralds, get 10 hatchets I don't want, but then they'll buy iron ingots and I get the money back. So, that's not something to have. And the rest has been here. We got, this whole wall is tool guys because they, 10 emeralds gets you unlocked to selling off ingots and then you get whatever you want. I'm pretty good on tools, I'm not worried about it, but it's, something to have. And then, of course, these guys, the clerics who, they want meat. They have redstone, which if I want to save myself the trouble of looking for it is good. They buy gold, which is less interesting to me than it used to be, because now I can also give it to piglins for better stuff than just emeralds. And then later on you can, get ender pearls if I were getting those from piglins, and etc. And etc. because that makes sense. Additionally, yeah, so I got that, and then I got the ice tray. I did, I built one of these before while recording, like, at least once, so I didn't bother this time. And since I had the free time, I'm a little constrained anytime I'm recording because I want to get it done in, half an hour or so. This time I took a little longer, built a turtle thingy. Having done this a few times, I've learned that, well, the lights are fine where they are. They need to be there or we'll get zombies. I could probably lift them up, hang them on chains or whatever the hell they connect. Do they connect to chains? I guess I don't know. I'm not sure that's true. But iron fences or whatever. The glass perimeter seems to be the best way to do this. Nothing spawns on top of it because it's glass. And if and when it gets full enough in there that they end up, when you get the hatchlings, so there's three things here: turtles, hatchlings, and then eggs. If the hatchlings are in the corner or, up against a wall when they suddenly get significantly larger, I mean, that's got to be a few orders of magnitude. If they were twice the length they are right now, they'd be 8 times the size. So, I mean, figure it's got to be 256. I don't know, just a guess. If they're against a solid block, they'll suffocate as they grow. In this case, worst that can happen is one might be close enough that, like, a majority of itself would be in the glass and it might find a way to slide out. But I've already got turtles out there, so who cares? Because I've got this, and at the moment they're all just, I'm just leaving them alone. I can silk touch an egg if I want it for some reason, but I'm pretty good on that for now. And then the minecart picks stuff up when it does, and I get scoots when they grow up, of course. I'll get another turtle egg here in 15 seconds. And maybe 20 is going to make its way back to the thing. And I got seagrass, so you can just, bone meal anything underwater, really, and get there's the fifth, or the next one. So that's set up. Those guys can, whenever they do grow up, and then I'll consider feeding them, or, well, feeding them is about all I can really do, and then decide whether to harvest the eggs or let them hatch and get yet more. I think that's primarily what I've done in the last, however long it's been. I can check. I think, actually about 2 weeks. August the 19th was the last time I did one of these. I don't think I've done a lot in the nether apart from, I flew off into the distance. I'll show you. Out here, actually, are you going to load? Doesn't matter too much, but I flew off into the distance and just harvested some, I'm saying I've been playing Ark with Hunter lately, and I'm really used to using the term, and for that matter, hitting I instead of E to look at what I have. I went to a biome that had the warped tree things and just chopped a few down instead of trying to play too much with bone mealing stuff in the overworld to get it. It's over there somewhere. Then there's, I'm in here, so, in as much as I'm in the wrong place, but still. There's the upstairs, which I guess you could call it. Let me pause this and I'll come back when I'm there. Hang on a minute. Okay, I'm at the lower side of this, upstairs. Here we are. Okay, grab back my, ender pearl real quick. Oh, yeah. I've been building up these too. I wanted a stack of them. What I'm missing at the moment, honestly, is I went and I didn't actually buy the ender pearls. I obviously have those. I didn't buy you can't buy these anymore. So I did some swatting to get the plutonium rods, whatever the hell they're actually called. Which I don't like ending with the blaze rods to make these. So I got 24 to go, and I'll have a whole stack of ender. I like having these to set down if I need them, and also you can break them apart if you ever need them to make portals if you need to. One of these, that one in fact, has obsidian. There should be more, but A, I've been doing this, and B, we got it in the latest-ish update. I mean, there can't be too many different updates. We're in 1.16.2 right now. Something has changed, and I'm not actually entirely certain what. So gold... If I'm up there at the village, gold comes down. I get it usually in this form. Sometimes ingots. But so this actually is more accounting for magma cream now, which I'm not sure is even the most logical. Here's what I did. when he gets a gold ingot, he gives me one of, or a clump. He gives me something, which can be any of these things. However, something changed, and I set this up to find out. There's 41 leathers, which means that's, you know, well, we still get quartz. We still get string, we still get gravel, soul sand, iron nuggets for better or worse. Bricks, obsidian, other obsidian, which I found you cannot make these out of, so far as I know. I tried, it didn't work. Fire charge we're still getting, I guess. Okay, we are no longer getting magma cream from that guy, which I can still get it from upstairs because you get the odd magma cube monster thingy in there, but that's about the only place it shows up, which means it still could end up in here technically, because the way I had that arranged, it would fall down and end up in the system. And then we don't get glowstone dust anymore, apparently. I zeroed out all of these. I left one in place for each, and the results of that are they all filled up except for these two, which means, and then this one's, you know, basically the junk box, stuff that doesn't stack very nicely. So this glowstone and these magma cream, no longer, these are now basically dead columns. They don't work. So now my next question is what changed? What did we get instead? Because I know they switched it to... So we got these, which I guess at least stack, which is kind of cool. Give me that, in fact. And Blackstone, which is awesome. So here's what I want to do right now. Go ahead and switch... I like Blackstone more, so I'll put it closer to the end where I'll know where to look for it. Put that there, put this there. As far as what's in there now, oh, it's hard for me to give a damn about glowstone. Magma cream, how does that work? Do you, give me one of these. Do you have to mix it with something, or is this just make? It does. Okay, that's, if I'm going to have magma cream for something, it's going to be, well, actually, I can make fire charges, but who cares? I get those. If I really want fire charges, I can eat this in redstone and kick it up to 8 minutes, so that's not a big deal for me. There's that then. Let me do this real quick, because I can get more of this if I need to, but probably. But that's fine for now. Give me all of that, and I'll just make glowstone. I'm trying to think what glowstone dust is good for in the world, apart from compiling into these. Can't come up with anything right now. Again, I can get more. That's really easy to get. You just smack these, but without the... You get 3. Well, maybe more if I hit them with forge. How many? That might be something to find out for sure. Let me try something. Do I have an even? No, I've got 3 left over. Well, that's good to know, though. Let's put that there for a sec. Let's not put that there. Put it here. And give me this. Doesn't make any damn sense. Okay, do that. And then I'm still wrong, so do this. Let me just set out a trial. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know why I'm doing it that way, but I am. Let me put this away until I know something. Where did that? It doesn't matter where it came from. It's wrong, so it doesn't matter. If I hit this with nothing, I should get, and let's find out, some, I don't know why that's there then. Okay, put that not there. If I hit it with Silk Touch, I'll just get it back is the point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My hunch is I'll have 30. I think you get 3. I get 32. I was wrong. I think you get 32. Whatever. I'm probably going to just recompile those. If I hit it with Fortune, what do I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 36. So I'm still missing a couple. That should be 40 if I were... Actually, you'd think it'd be more than 40. It takes 4 to make one, so you'd think that doing that would get me... That doesn't really matter. Make that stuff, and give me back that, because it doesn't go there. That's whatever it is. So now I'm getting Blackstone, which I prefer over whatever it was in there. That's good news. As about the... up here... So, yeah, I've got wings on, but I'll just climb. This whole thing is just significantly disappointing me. Partly I built it badly, mostly I built it badly, but also there have been changes. It's mostly that I built it badly. In a lot of ways, by the way. First of all, the design itself, I've changed a couple of times and it just seems to get worse. Let me finish getting up here and it'll make more sense what I'm talking about, but I had it all a little bit too high initially. First of all, it's kind of in the wrong place. I mean, it should, you'd think, be... And it was just when I first came up here. It's all... Let me finish climbing so I can point things out. It's all based on that. The stem that goes back down into this order. And it's where I put it, which is kind of a mistake. The actual... What am I looking for? The actual 0 by 0, which I would probably prefer to be the very middle, because there is a very middle, is here instead of... Like, that's, I think, the actual middle, but it should all be shifted over by however far, 20 blocks or so, 15. And it's not. And it just bugs me. Which is technically the smallest concern, although if I'm going to fix it, I could probably fix that. The next problem is, initially I had it all built up too high. So... The ceiling, I think, is where it was, but the floor I had to move down, and then having the floor to, or something, or I built it to, I had to shift it around. What happened as a result, we used to have an egg, a turtle egg, right there. And they couldn't get to it, which was fine, but then we started getting those magma blocks, and they just hopped over and crushed it. So I've looked into it, and apparently these guys have to think they can jump up and down on it, so it can't be... You can't have an egg there, an air gap, and then a ceiling. There has to be 2 air gaps above it to accommodate their jumping. But apparently they're dumb enough to think that they can somehow get to it. Maybe it's not even dumb enough, but there's a magma guy that breaks eggs. But what matters is the only block the only place that it has to have headroom to jump is directly over the egg. Everything else can prevent them from even getting there, basically. And then I could even put trapdoors around it flipped up that for some reason they wouldn't think was a problem. They think that the ones flipped down are solid blocks they can walk on, but if they're flipped up around the egg, they think it's not there. So, really what I should do, minimally, is lower all but 1 block up there, whatever that is, 254, to 253, which means probably recycling a lot of this glass, and in a hurry, because I don't want a gas to happen. And leaving the one in place over the egg, putting the egg back, maybe fencing around with the trapdoors that flip up, whatever. All of which would make them, because right now they're just hanging out. It kind of works because once these guys wake up and create iron guys in here, the iron guys will beat these guys up. They'll kill them. And then the ones up there will notice what's going on. They'll rush down to beat up the... So the egg is actually... It doesn't even exist right now, and it still works, basically. It's a bit redundant, given the system. So in a way, I could just leave it alone, but I think it's faster... It would be faster if I changed it. And if I changed it, I really might shift the whole damn thing over by 20 meters. I mean, that's a lot of shifting. It's probably a lot of death, to be real, in that... Here's what matters in this whole thing as far as materials that are hard to replace. And I don't mean impossible, I mean just tricky. I got like a little over 200 beds, 204, 208. Yeah, 208. I wouldn't want to lose those because to remake them I have to bring in a bunch of wool, and I can't carry, they don't stack, yet. I keep stressing yet. It used to be doors didn't stack, so I mean, you see what I'm talking, or at least I think they didn't stack, and then they only stacked to 3, and now you can stack 64, so. But until you can stack 64 beds, which I'd love, like at least of the same color if we're going to play that, I got to do something to preserve those, which really just means, like 4-ish boxes, and well, shulker boxes, well, that would be more like 8. 27 slots divided into 208. Beds are important. The brewing stands I wouldn't hate to hang on to, but they do at least stack, so that's like 4 stacks of those things. And then I got to keep at least 2 of these guys alive somewhere kind of in stasis to get them back in and let them do their own breeding and build it all back up. All of which is a little much to try recording. It would take, even jump cutting, it would take several episodes to get close to doing that. The good news is, if I'm right about the center being at 0 on one axis, half of this is already fine. So, like, if the middle, if the middle here come the iron guys, by the way, to get into a fight. You can't see it behind the one place in the glass you still can't see through. And they're just helping make that happen. Whatever. If I shift the middle from wherever it is, exactly, it's probably 250 at a guess. Or not, I'm on 250. It's probably at 10? Maybe it's only 10 meters off. Or am I looking at the wrong thing? I am. It's 15 meters off. That means I can keep a fair percentage of like this bit and the opposite one. And just move the rest over. Which I could pretty much just lock... I could even leave some of those in place. I could just lock down a couple of these guys where nothing can hurt them. Tear out everything that doesn't work where it is. Move it all over. Get it back if I can. Try to avoid gasting. It's all a thought. It's a big undertaking, and I'm not sure there's a really good reason, except that it bugs me that it's off by 15 meters. I don't know why it bugs me, it just does. So something to consider. So yeah, oh, and then meanwhile, well, yeah, so we just got some, we got iron guys, the ones upstairs got interested in their... They also spawn up there, but then by the same token, if there's bad guys, get away from me down here. They'll hop down to... So, in a way, it's just a dual-layered spawn platform thing. And the big downside to that, if any, is if they kill each other up here, their stuff is up here, and it doesn't get picked up by the minecart. Which is a big deal. I'm losing half of the stuff, or whatever percentage. It's just hard to guess. But you can see all the experience accumulating up here before they go down and do their actual jobs, which is to kill them over the minecart so I get their goodies. It's a concern, it's a problem. At minimum, I gotta lower the ceiling to prevent iron guys from spawning up here. And maybe get the egg bag so that the bad guys necessarily hurry down. See, I'm not getting that iron. Anyway, I gotta lower the ceiling for sure. I might, if I'm doing all that anyway, shift everything over by 15 meters, so it's, and that includes shifting over the car. So there's a lot, and probably in one way or another, shifting the column that gets the stuff down. It looks like that because initially I was just up here swatting things as it was a smaller system without any villagers. Simple version. Get boxes, preserve a couple hundred beds. Preferably preserve all of the brewing stands, which at least stack. Certainly preserve at least a couple of the villagers, because I really don't want to have to get more of those in here. Why do you not have a... Oh, there's 4 more beds than there are workstations, so we're going to necessarily have 4 unemployed villagers, which is... It's a symptom. This is based on how I used to do villages, which has obviously changed, because they used to involve doors and couldn't exist in the nethers. Well, now they really... Maybe up here they could. I never really thought about it at the time. It's possible. There's no sky, so it might technically count for doors being not covered by anything. It's a big undertaking. I might contemplate. I don't need this for all that much. I mean, no way. It doesn't even matter. I could have this or not, or tear it down or whatever. But I can live without it while I'm fixing it, I suppose. The biggest concern is going to be if I take out the glass, a ghast can spawn on where they just did, and get really explodey about stuff, and I don't want that. So, yeah, I would certainly have to preserve minimally a couple of... Preserving 2 villagers is the most important thing. Preserving the beds, I'd like to do, for sure. And preserving these things is useful. I can get more cobblestone and blaze rods. It's not impossible. I don't want to have to. So, what else is new? I think that's actually most of it, to be honest. Turtles, and move the ice tray, and that mess, and this, and what does that leave? I mean, my bed ready. No, they're awake. It's daytime. That's one nice thing about having a village in here, is you happen to know whether or not there's daylight out here. Yeah, that's all of my accomplishments since I've in the last couple of weeks. Which leaves, you know, planning, I guess. I did. I'm sure I did. Let me, give me, rockets back. I'm sure I recorded this, or mentioned at least I was going to. I don't know what the hell I did. Creeper, dropper. I did set, I think I recorded doing this. I can't really remember. So I got the stone generator here. If I have the fortune pickaxe, it's basically identical to having just a pickaxe. So if there's nothing in there now, get cobblestone. If I switch to silk touch, get basic stone. So either way I can do what I want. I can actually stand here, and if it were producing anything right now, there's 0 things. This goes back and forth on how useful this is. Sometimes it's better at night, sometimes it's not better at all. It's just, stand here long enough, you accumulate enough creepers in there that they actually crush each other and just do your job for you, but I can also use it for experience. Otherwise, if I need experience, there's a pretty obvious... What exactly is banged up right now, too, of these things? I can always just talk to villagers for experience. That's a pretty simple method. Let me go get rid of some things that are just using it, you know, filling my inventory. Which is relatively... Well, there's a few ways to do it, but this is one. Go over and just throw this into the... If I use this, I can stack 9 things, well, maybe 8, into one place, and just, yeah, it's going to be 8. Just put them the hell away, because I don't care. That's everything I don't want to have with me. Go back upstairs. And, yeah, that's... I am still having the slight problem if I wander away too far. Into the nether doesn't count, but wander in the overworld, if I wander too far, the fish don't happen, but the iron guys still do. Every once in a while I have to actually hit them with a command to kill off all the damned iron guys. Otherwise it'll lag too much to even let the fish start happening in order to kill the... It's a mess. I've done it like twice, it's not a big deal. The iron, I used a whole bunch up to carpet the floor in the basement, which is done. I did record that, I'm sure of it. Give me all of these, put back one so I have room for the emeralds. Then we'll just go grab some emeralds, which are... I have some. More importantly to me, I've got my 2 pickaxes are focused on my wings, so I can get everything rebuilt with experience because they're all mending. That's basically the system. Talk to you, get emeralds, which are going to repair. All 3 things were done. So there's that. I mean, it's fast. It works. I can probably unload more of these if I want to. See if I can settle on a number that'll actually compile into, you know, that. Multiples of 9. Just so I can get 4 cubes instead of 36 emeralds and get them put away more nicely. Fortune, yeah, fortune gets out of my way because I usually use silk touch. I could usually use fortune because it's a lot easier to, in the world, repair it by just hitting redstone or something. But if I use the silk touch, I have the option later of deciding what to do with something. So that goes there with some existing emeralds, and that's cool. This, where the hell am I? Can just go basically back into this. I know which column it is, so I'll just throw them all in here and they'll wind up where they go. Don't need them on me. Otherwise, oh, and this thing's probably entirely full. I've been ignoring it. How is it doing on... I took that out to get the clumps of kelp or whatever for the turtles. Put it back in when I was done. So this method is I'm filling all of that up long before I use up all of these, so that's kind of cool, I guess. I don't remember if I filmed shifting that over so it wouldn't, you know, get jammed up in there, which I think it still does a bit, but, well, it's doing it now just because there's nowhere for it to go, but yeah, that's how it is. If I care enough, I can move this somewhere and do something with it and whatever. turtles probably haven't hatched because we were in the nether overnight. I don't think they hatched, or the eggs. I guess there would be turtles if they hatched. And omelets if they don't. Do people do turtle egg omelets? I guess it seems like they probably would, but I have no idea. Yeah, turtles that are happening. Which gives us the eggs, which lets us do, you know, manipulating zombies and other undead. Well, zombies mostly. There's 3 types of zombies, I think, at this point. So the husk and the drowned and the. Well, no, there's more. There's the zombified. The Ziglins are obviously. So there's 4, I think, that I can think of. And then a little more than that if you count kids, but I'm not going to. So, you know, without really doing a hell of a lot today, that's what I got done in the downtime that would have otherwise been, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours of recording for no reason. Said I did this for no reason. So, I'll split because time's kind of up. But I'm probably going to start focusing. Let me have something. You can't see it from here, but the house that isn't over there yet, at 0 by 0. I'll probably focus on collecting up more grass to build out a lawn. I have a lot of gravel. I can get more if I need it. And I could use sand in order to combine it with the gravel and dye and start making cement, concrete stuff to build a house out of. I'm still not sure exactly what design I have in mind, but I guess I'll figure that out when I do. Yeah, that's. I'll probably get some materials collected and work on that when we can. So, see you next time, whenever that is. So, bye.